Alright, Aquarius, here is your Divinatory reading. Straight off the rip, real quick. I'm behind schedule on the video uploads. The divination for these cards, the drawing essentially of these cards, was done 13 days ago. Okay, and I'm my editor. She's been on to me to be more punctual with my. She wants to see my video content get out there, so it'll help with the books. And she's been, you need to be more punctual with your videos, and it's just true. So that out of the way, this video should have come out 2 weeks ago. So I do more of like a early mid month kind of delivery on the videos, but I'm trying to move that up to just straight off the first of the month kind of thing. It seems to be more suited to people, and that's what we do. Aim to please. 9 cards, Aquarius. 9 cards from the Crowley Thoth Tarot. 9 card spread here. One message, but we have kind of a, you have a kind of a past, present, future, and there's the relationship between the positions of the cards, of course, matters. Starting out, starting out with a 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, the Valor card. Obstacles, but courage to meet them. This is to me the energy. I mean, really, Aquarius. It's more like this. This is kind of the story that you've been going with, like not just like it's actually been happening to you over the past. Let's say over the past couple of years. That's how we refer to it on the interwebs. The past couple of years. Everybody knows what that means. Challenging for a lot of people, a lot of different ways. But you had the courage to meet the obstacles that have come with that, and the other things that's happening in your life. Um, we have a great card, Aquarius, right here. The second card you've got the pleasure and happiness card, the Ace of Cups, pleasure and happiness, and it's just straight up. It's just a trophy full of jewels and light and love and everything. So, um, a great card to have. Right in the middle here, this top. So, despite it requiring courage to get through some of the obstacles of the past couple of years, you have been able to find a measure of pleasure and happiness. Well, good on you. Now it's followed up by one of the cards that people don't want to see a lot of times. It's the Nine of Swords. It's called the Cruelty card. The message, and not every Aquarius is going to resonate with this, but the message was despair kind of haunts or follows you, though. Even though you found some pleasure and happiness, and you had the courage to meet obstacles, there is a haunting, almost like it's a type of despair. Is the word I'm getting. Despair haunts or follows. There's a lingering, some kind of despair. Um, it's inducing stress, Aquarius. There's some kind of despair that just kind of haunts you. It's inducing stress. And right here, this Hermit card, Major Arcana, it's the first Major Arcana of the spread. This card, very clear. It basically stop following current events. You're on your phone too much. You're on the news too much, or watching the news too much. Not on the news, but following current events. Take a month long sabbatical from reading news headlines or listening to the news or listening to the talk radio on the way to work or however it is that you collect information of this world. It's causing stress, and you need to take, of course, you need to take a month off. You just need to take a whole 4 good solid weeks of just not reading those things, not thinking about those things, not looking at those things, not watching highlights of the news or clips or anything. If you walk through a public place and the news is on, just keep on walking. That's what this Hermit card's saying. And you've probably been thinking about doing it anyway. Followed up here with the Ace of Wands. So you've got Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands, and they're stacked. You've got double aces here. Now, see where we're going. Just Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Yeah, yeah, new vigor. Yeah, just if you do the hermit thing, like I said, 4 weeks, shut it all out. No social medias, news up things. I'm not saying don't text or call. You got to do your business. You got to do your thing. But what I'm saying is like news and headlines and aggregators and the Twitterverse and all these things. You need to take 4 weeks and just shove that over to the side and be, let people know. Be like, yeah, I'm taking a month long break from all this stuff on the online. Don't want to hear the news. Don't want to. Don't want to. Don't. I'm not going to. Because people are, they check the news and they read these headlines, and that affects your frequency. It affects your energy. Your thoughts, your assimilation point, everything. You gotta watch what you put in. The inputs. You know what I'm saying? But if you do that, if you play the hermit for a month, it'll give you new vigor. This right here, this all these cups, this nice 10. This is a card of completion, of ultimate completion. Basically, nine. Some people say 9 of cups the 9 is the top, is the pip of completion. In a lot of ways, 10 is like a reference to that completion. And that's what you have here with this 10 of cups. You have a reference. If you do the hermit thing, and you will be rewarded with new vigor, and there will be satiety, 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 satiety. It's a hard word. It's a difficult word for me to say. My hillbilly accent. It's a struggle sometimes. But if you do that, you just have a new vigor. And look at the colors here. You see the similarity between these two cards. So it's new vigor, satiation, a satiation of this despair that's been haunting. Too much into the news, Aquarius. I know tarot readings and tarot fortunes they come on all different types of messages, but that's to this point right here until we get to these three last cards. That's where we're at, and that's the source. And you've probably been thinking about it. I get the idea that you've been thinking about this. Like you're just drowning in the news. There's too much checking the headlines. I am guilty of the same thing. It's when it really, like I designate like a certain period of the day, and I will check a certain amount of things. But once I stop, once I'm done, it's it for the day. I don't, and I don't, I stay off of Twitter, even though I have an account. I stay off of Twitter. It's super toxic. I'm just gonna put it that way. It's a toxic place. Anyway, I hope he does well with this business venture. 48 billion, 45 billion is a high price to pay for a company, but death card, the end of this despair. I think this is it all depends on voluntary change, Aquarius. It all depends on voluntary change. Okay, so this lingering, haunting despair that's kind of held over. It's probably been out for a couple of years now. I'm getting the impression it's a long kind of thing. It's like even though there's been pleasure and happiness, and obstacles have been courageously met and overcome, there's like this, and it's this, I'm telling you, it's focusing too much on the outside world. It's focusing too much on the events of the day, because the things that are outside of people's control, you can only give so much attention to. We're here for a brief time, each time that we're here, and you got to decide where you're going to put your energy, your attention. What we got here after the death card? Which that's the major arcana. So you got the hermit and death card, two very powerful, potent cards. We've got the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords here. Take great care of your peace of mind. This is like a barrier. Your peace is there, and you're protecting it. These swords aren't meant to be menacing in this message. They are a protective shield, because your peace is back there. You need to protect your peace. You need to take this Hermit card seriously, Aquarius. Take the Hermit card seriously. And when you protect your peace, when you heed the message, then you get the Nine of Discs. Now this is a card of abundance. Gain in energy. Gain in energy. So there's the reading you got, Aquarius. I wish you well. Namaste.